With UK opinion polls indicating a strong performance by the Labour Party in the July the 4th elections, crypto execs and lobbyists are reportedly focusing their attention on party leader Keir Starmer. Today's episode is sponsored by Cake Wallet, where you can send, receive and even exchange your crypto right from within the wallet. Cake Wallet is open source and non-custodial, so you control your own private keys, available today on iOS, macOS, Android and Linux. And StealthEX, a privacy-centric crypto exchange which enables you to make crypto-to-crypto exchanges anonymously. Good afternoon everybody, and a warm welcome again back to Enter Crypto with me, Chris Kenyon. Now in today's videos we're going to be looking at how the as the UK elections approach, how crypto industry leaders seem to be turning their attention to Keir Starmer, because it looks like he might actually be the new leader. And this is, of course, if you're going by some recent UK opinion polls, because they've recently indicated that we've got a strong performance by the Labour Party. And so in turn, we've got crypto executives and lobbyists that are now reportedly focusing their attention on him. So as always, guys, let's quickly jump into this article, see what it's about, and then we'll comment after. So, as the global crypto industry prepares for what is being described as a pivotal election cycle in the UK and US, top execs are reportedly focusing on Keir Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party. While Starmer's stance on crypto remains unclear, the strong performance of his party in UK opinion polls has made him a person of interest for the industry, a Bloomberg report has suggested. The report explained that before UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's unexpected call for a snap election, industry leaders were engaging with lawmakers to sway their views on crypto. And initially, these executives were primarily interested in influencing members of the Conservative Party, including Sunak. However, with the election quickly approaching, crypto executives have shifted their focus to the Labour Party, which last occupied number 10 in 2010. Laura Navaratnam, the UK policy lead at the Crypto Council for Innovation, explained the industry's keen interest in understanding the party's policies. Everyone is trying to guess Starmer's stance on crypto. Part of the answer here is quite possibly that Labour don't know what they think yet, Navaratnam said. And so actually, given this sort of heightened interest from the crypto industry in the Labour Party, which is quite a recent thing, I haven't even done a video about this yet properly, to show how they're trying to basically lobby the Labour Party. We just kind of left them alone because we didn't know their stance at all. But now that they've had strong performance in the polls, a lot of people in crypto, and in every industry actually, will be trying to, create favourable conditions and trying to get some time with Keir Starmer. So it's really essential for us to try and examine Keir Starmer's current stance on crypto. It's very difficult because it's somewhat ambiguous. We don't actually know what he's thinking. He's put out no plans or laid nothing out for us to go by. So really what we can do, or one of the things we can do, is look at how the Labour Party has, in general, seen tech historically. And historically, the Labour Party has shown support for technological innovation and digital inclusion. And so if you go by that, this sort of pro-tech inclination, it could end up extending to a more favourable view of crypto and blockchain technologies in general. Again, we don't know. This is pure speculation on my part. We also know that Starmer's leadership does align with traditional Labour values. So we know for a fact that we don't know for a fact, that's too strong a word, but I would bet my wage that he's going to be believing in extra strong regulation, really, really thorough. And he's going to be, trying to get that through, and consumer protection is going to be big. The left have always believed in this sort of big government approach. And the party line that they always push is that they want to ensure, or that they will say in this instance, is that they're trying to ensure that digital assets markets are safe, transparent and fair for all participants. The crypto community, I'm sure, being quite libertarian, are not going to see things that way, and they just want to be left alone, and they don't want the government getting involved. And we could see, as part of Keir Starmer's broader economic strategy, that he might end up supporting the development of a robust fintech sector, and that just might include crypto. So it could, within the UK anyway, drive some innovation and some economic growth. And so I suppose one of the main questions is that I think people are going to have is, why do we need to engage these politicians? You know, what is the point? Why do crypto industry leaders and other leaders want to, sort of influence these people and get dinner with them and try to speak to them? And there's a few reasons, but one of them, if we just start from within this news article anyway, is that because the Labour Party are performing well in opinion polls, there is obviously a growing likelihood that they could play a significant role in shaping future government policies towards crypto. And so the crypto industry, you know, your crypto firms, crypto businesses, are basically looking to seek to influence these policies early on so that they can try and get it so that it's favourable to them. And so what they're actually trying to do is influence policy frameworks. So they'll be trying to engage with any potential future policymakers, not just Keir Starmer, but other members in the Labour Party, especially those involved in tech. So it allows the crypto industry to, as I say, advocate for more favourable regulatory environments. And so by building these relationships with all these key Labour figures, the industry as a whole and all these business leaders, crypto industry leaders, will be hoping to shape a more balanced approach to regulation so that it encourages innovation and not stifle it, whilst also trying to safeguard against risks. These are the things that they'll be telling the government. So they'll be trying to get things to work in their favour. Another important thing is that I think a lot of people early on thought that it might just be the Conservative Party just continuing on after July, but we've actually now, because polls have changed, it's kind of like a diversification of political influence that we're trying to get now. So instead of putting all your eggs in one basket and just saying, oh, well, Conservatives are most likely to win, if things change, like these polls look like that Keir might be more popular, it makes sense for us to now try to, lobby him as well. So that in case he does, because we'll be screwed if we've put loads of effort into the Conservative Party and then they don't win. It'll be a waste of energy. So this is kind of like diversification, if you will. So we can now, by doing this, by hitting both parties, we're kind of broadening outreach to now include these Labour leaders. And so this diversification will ensure that the industry remains influential regardless of which party actually comes into power. And just one last important thing is that whilst we don't actually know Keir Starmer's precise views on crypto, because he hasn't said anything, and even the Labour Party in general, we don't know, this kind of strategic engagement by crypto leaders will actually underscore the importance of the upcoming election cycle in shaping the UK's digital asset policy. And so as the Labour Party gains prominence, if it does, then its leaders, including Starmer, will likely face increased pressure from the public to actually clarify their position. So, on this, which could become a critical issue for voters. So it's really important that we get in there so that they can feel some pressure, so that they can take it seriously. And so it's really important that for us as an industry, we're preparing for all possible outcomes, which is, aiming to try and ensure that the future, any future regulatory landscape is conducive to growth for the crypto space. And just one really last thing is that I want to say, because this is quite important, even though Labour have not actually given us their stance, they have a shadow chancellor called Rachel Reeves. She's actually been actively been actively engaging with the crypto industry. Just, it really looks like it's just her that's doing it. But she's been having breakfast meetings with Coinbase, or they were actually hosted by Coinbase, and she went along. So this kind of demonstrates her willingness to collaborate with the tech sector and with us. So That's always a good sign. But we need to know where Labour stand, and this is one way of us kind of putting pressure on them to take this seriously and start giving us some rules to follow. We need to know what we can do and what we can't do. Because if Keir Starmer does get into power, we're not going to know what's, it's going to be really confusing for crypto businesses, crypto exchanges, crypto users, people like you and me. So we need to know. So that's what I've got for you today, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on that notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any future updates. And I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Take care.